Hey guys, I wanted to make a card today using a brand new stamp set that's out from close to my heart. It's actually not even out until April 1st. It's in the Seasonal Expressions 2 catalog, and it's called Salute Our Heroes. And I like to send cards and thank you things to our military, so I'm going to make one. I'm not sure I'm going to send this one to somebody, I don't know, but I could give it to somebody, So I'm going to go to the Insert Images. And our Artfully Sent cartridge from Close to My Heart has a really great card I want to use. So let's search for that. And I just clicked on cartridges and then type in Artfully Sent, and it brings up Close to My Heart. And then I'm in there and I'm going to just type in thank you. And scroll to find it. And it's this one. And this is why I'm not going to send it to somebody I don't know, because it says, I miss you every minute of every hour of every day. This would be perfect for a military wife or girlfriend or even a mother to send. So the cardstock that I'm going to use, I buy my cardstock from Close to My Heart, and I'm going to use the Colonial white, and the size of that is going to be 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. So the 4 1/4 is this way, so I need to make this 8 1/2. I'm going to unlock this, make this 8 1/2 and this 5 1/2. So that's going to fit the front of my card. Now, I don't need this piece over here because I already have the cardstock. I'm just going to fold it in half, okay? So what we're going to do here is I'm going to slice it off. Okay? So we need to make sure we just have one layer. You can't slice if you have more than one layer. And because I'm slicing this off, I'm not going to need this score line. So we can detach this and then delete that score line. I'm not going to need it at all. And for the sake of making it easy to slice, I am going to just flip this so that when I'm up here, and I have this at 0. I don't know why it's allowing me to put that there, but see, it's putting it at 0.8. So I want this at 0, which I'll put it all the way to the far left. And I want this one at 8 1/2. And that's going to slide it over. So I'm going to be able to find where my my center is really easily. Okay, so I just slid it down so that I can see these little tick marks here. So what I want to do is I want to insert a rectangle, and I'm going to reset this because it doesn't have to be on that cartridge anymore. Oh, I didn't spell it correctly. And I'm going to find myself a rectangle, and I like to use this one, this pink one, because I know it's just one layer. There's no shadows in there, and it's not going to, see, there's no shadows. It's just going to be okay. So I need to make it bigger than my card here. So let's rotate this. And we want it rotated 90 degrees. There. And we're going to make it bigger. And I'm going to come up here. And my dogs are trying to come in. Oh, yeah. Okay. So if I look here, this here is 5 1/2. Okay. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So that means that this second tick mark here will be 4 1/4. So I'm going to just slide it so it's here at the 4 1/4. And just need to get it. If it's not perfect, I can change this up with my straight trimmer later. But see, so now I have the pink one on top of the yellow. I go back to my tab here and I hold down my control key and I click on both of these and they're both highlighted here. Or I could have just hit select all. Same thing happens, and you hit slice. And it thinks and it does its thing and it turns everything. And now when I go like this, it's gone. Okay, so I can delete these pieces. I don't need them anymore. And now I can flip this one back to the way I want it to be. So now it should be 4 1/4. It's not exact, but that's okay. We can change that. Now it's 4 1/4. Oops, by 5 1/2. So that piece is perfect. Now, because my card base is cream colored, I'm going to want to cut this in, obviously, a brighter color. So I'm going to pick a blue so it'll make that cream color behind it pop out. And I'll cut it in a blue. Okay. So that's all I need to do is to make my card front. And I don't need to make an envelope because I already have an envelope that comes with those cards that I buy. And then we do some stamping on the inside and use some pop dots and stuff. So I'm going to go cut this on my Cricut and I will be right back. Okay, so I have cut this out. I cut this on my Cricut. Like I said, we used the Artfully Sent cartridge. And this is so hard. I never know what you all are saying. But anyway, the stamps we're using are from the new Close to My Heart Seasonal Expression Catalog. And so there's some great ones. It says, "You're my hero." We got some dog tags. We have a soldier saluting. It says, "We salute you." And "Home of the free because of the brave." And this is called Salute Our Heroes. And I'm going to have everything at the end of the video so you'll know exactly what supplies I used. So first we're going to start with the Home of the Free because of the Brave stamp. And because I'm using the Colonial white ink and it's a pigment based instead of an ink based, it's a little thicker and it takes it a little bit longer to dry. So I'm just going to stamp it on a piece of leftover paper from where we cut out the card front. And the best part about not stamping it directly on your project is if you screw up, you can redo it. Okay, so I've got my ink. It all inked up good. I'm just going to stamp it on here. Push it real good on here, and I think I may have just screwed up because I don't think I have my little styrofoam piece all the way under there. So if I have a crease, which I do, I'm going to just stamp it again. That's the joy. If you didn't know that, your little styrofoam piece that comes in your stamp sets works perfect for stamping on. So let's just stamp that again. I know I'm up on it. The pigment-based inks, you gotta let it sit in there for a minute. There we go. That looks better. Close this ink up. And I'm just using the Close to My Heart Indian Corn Blue paper. So I'm going to let that dry so I don't smear it. I'm going to set it off to the side. While we're doing that, these are the cards that I buy from Close to My Heart. They come in a 50-pack. This one just happens to be Colonial white, and you get envelopes too. So that's always pleasant to have. So I'm just going to stick this on here. It shows you how easy this card really is to make. I'm going to use my Tombow adhesive that appears to be mucked up. So we'll use Creative Memories adhesive. It's just going to run. Try not to get it in the holes where it'll show through. Stick this on here. This is just going to be my card front. Get it lined up. Okay. So there's our card front. And to just add a little bit of fun to the inside of the card, I'm using a piece of the Close to My Heart chevron ribbon. I'm going to stick it along the side here. So I'm just going to run some adhesive down this. And I know it is too long. That's okay. I'm going to cut it off, and I'm going to put it just on the fold. Okay, grab my micro tip scissors. We're just going to trim this right off. Oh, I might have to trim that a little bit better. Try scissors that don't have adhesive all over them. Okay, so then this still looks a little bit wet. It's okay. I'm going to do a very broad cut on this so that it doesn't have to be perfect right yet. Blow on that a little bit. While that dries, we'll do the dog tags. I'm just going to stamp this in black. Get my little sponge, or whatever that is. Ink up your dog tags. And I like to do ones that I want solid. And I want to know that it's completely covered because I want this all covered here. So I just turn it over. I'm going to just stamp that here on the inside of the card. Okay. And then I'm going to take this, and I'm just going to trim this up a little bit. It's so backwards for me. But I just want to, and I know you can't see this, have straight edges all the way around. So I'm going to take where the letters line up, and that's where I'm going to cut. Ooh. And here's something I forgot to tell you. I'm going to line that up again. Come down this way with it. It's easier to control the cut, for me anyway. Okay. Line up my letters. And what this is doing is because I'm lining up my letters each time, it's giving me And it wasn't all the way dry. See? The exact border around my letters in blue. Okay. It wasn't all the way dry, but I think we're still okay. And then I'm just going to stick some pop dots on the back of this to raise it up. Oh, smearing it again. And I'm just going to pop that in the card. There you go. Quick and easy card that you can send to a military person if you have somebody overseas, or a brother, a husband, a wife, a friend. Just send them a little thank you for what they do card and let them know that you do appreciate them. That's it. And following the video, be sure and look for the list of everything I used. And if you like what you saw and you want to know of more videos, please subscribe to my channel. Thanks, guys. Have a nice night.